What's going on, guys? 68 Charger here. Welcome back to the page. On this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to switch out a B&M shifter cable. My last one actually melted a few days ago, so I went ahead and got a new one in. Let me know if you have any questions, and as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. The first thing I'm going to need to do is remove that console. I went ahead and disconnected the battery. That way the console lights don't constantly come on with the door open, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Next thing I need to do is just remove that cutter pin right there, and then remove this bolt right here with the nut. That way I can take it out of the top. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of. Right, and it's loose on this end, so let's go ahead and get to the bottom of the car. So I already removed the cutter pin right here, so the next thing is just to unhook these two nuts right here, or undo these two nuts. Alright, shifter cable is out on both sides. The next thing I need to do is just pull it out, and then we can start putting the new one in. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the new and the old shifter cable. As you can see, that happened to that one, and this one just looks good. I went ahead and did get a high heat protective sleeve that I'm going to put on the new one, and I'm also going to be rerouting the shifter cable a different way, just so that it's not so close to the headers. So for this braid, I did fold it inside within itself, and then it did come with some of these little plastic sleeves that shrink with heat. So I'm about to shrink this one, and then hopefully it will stay in place. I think this one is good to go. I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit, and then I'll pull it back to where I need it. Okay, I'm about to do the same to this side. Alright, so that's how I folded it on itself. Push it through. Okay, and that should hold it in place. So next step is just to start putting it back in the car. I'm gonna put it in through the shifter first, and then I can put it in drive, since this is a reverse pattern shifter, so drive is gonna be the farthest back. And then we can start adjusting the back or the transmission. So I just pushed the shifter cable through, and I just bolted it on and put in the cutter pin. I'm about to go to the bottom and start all the adjustments so that it shifts properly. Got the shifter back on. I rerouted it as far away as I could from the headers. So I'm gonna try to tighten it and get it adjusted, and then once I do that, I will make some final adjustments over here to get this cable away from all the headers. So at this point, I just finished installing and adjusting the shifter cable. It does shift very smooth now. And then I went ahead and rerouted the cable. As you can see it, I went ahead and put a hose clamp on there just to keep it away from the headers. And then I went ahead and added this header wrap right here and another one right there, just to make sure I keep the heat away from it. So at this point, I can just put everything back, and I should be good to go. Shifter is back on, console is back on, everything's back on. The only thing we need to do now is just turn it on and test it to make sure it shifts correctly.